How's it? Today is Wednesday, December 17th. It is sort of a clean and jerk day. I actually videoed a bunch of my new warm up movements that my PT friend gave me. So lumbar peanut roll, some isometric back extensions. Those are the two big new ones that I have kind of incorporated atop of the rest of everything else that I do as a warm up. And I feel like I'm moving in the right direction. I do think that one of the movements that she told me that I should do is actually very very painful. And I don't know if it's because I'm doing them wrong or if I'm doing them too heavy or too soon in everything. But it is the split arm or single arm split stance dumbbell bent over row. I know that's a lot of words in there, but it only really is doesn't feel good on the right arm. And I think that that is kind of where my body dips into flexion a little bit. The the original directions and the original recommendations that she gave me was to avoid flexion and just try to maintain um, extension through my lower back whenever I do anything. And so a lot of the exercises that she recommended for me is to basically push um, unilateral loading of my lumbar in at extension. And so a few of the exercises that I've been doing are really centered around that. I think for the rest of today, this big clean complex, which is very similar to what I did yesterday for my snatches. So a clean pull, a floating clean pull, a power clean, a hang power clean, a hang clean, and then one more thing on top of that is the power jerk. I went up to 90 kilos today, which is pretty light, all things considered, and I feel I feel like I'm doing okay with these. I don't think that this is going to make my lower back any worse than it already is, and I am I feel like I'm in control of the whole scope of what I'm doing right now, and I think that that is something that I did not have prior to Monday when she helped me out with just figuring out what is wrong. I think if we know what is wrong, there are infinite amount of ways to try and get back to normal and get back to fixing the issue. And so that is really all the next couple of days are going to be. I think overall, after today, I feel pretty good. Like I know that the lower back for the rows was kind of hurting, but I feel like that was what was happening last week too. And with how I felt yesterday, I feel like yesterday was awesome. Like, again, all things considered, nothing is gonna be like nothing is gonna go away immediately. So I don't I don't expect myself to feel night and day difference in one day. So yeah, here is my first set of my 1+1+1+1+1+1+1+1. Yep, that's 7 movements. um, like this isn't designed to be hard. This is designed to just get me moving, to make me feel like I am active and doing things that are pushing me to progress to where I want to be. It's not like I'm not gonna necessarily make progress doing a complex like this. This is ridiculous if I ever thought that that was gonna happen. But it is just to feel athletic. Sometimes I guess a lot of times the issue with how you feel versus how you perform is like sometimes your performance is totally different from how you might be feeling. Like right now, I feel like I am broken, and that's that's pretty reasonable given the things that have been happening. But I think that like with the performances that I can put out, it doesn't indicate that I'm broken necessarily. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm starting to ramble. Here's my last set of 90. It is good to know that I can still throw this around pretty easily. Again, not super heavy, so I don't expect to be trying that hard. But just, getting the speed on the bar and positioning is, yeah, it's a bit confidence inspiring, just a little bit. And that's the last rep here. And then from here, I go into that long ass name, right? So split or single arm split stance bent over dumbbell row. So I'm doing 45 pounds here, and this side is okay. So this side is with my right leg forward. This is okay. I get a little bit of extension there, and this is the part that is a little bit more painful. The right side. Again, I think that is gonna get better with time, and I'm really excited for that. I decided to do plank today instead of doing GHD sit-ups because with the plank I can keep my lumbar in at the very least neutral and potentially a little bit extended, whereas on the GHD sit-ups like I normally do on the Wednesdays, um, most of that is in flexion, and it does hurt quite a bit when I do those. Like last Friday, it was probably not a good idea to do those. I did them anyway. So yeah, I think the key moving forward is Palloff presses. I guess the whole thing, right? Unilateral loading. Try not to do, try not to get into flexion, and just focus on building from there. So I'm pretty optimistic, but that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.